Welcome all you gumshoes and private dicks. This is your newest episode of Cozy Quilt Cinema. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Beth. Every week we snuggle up on the couch and watch a movie. Then we share that experience with you, tracing that emotional thread from our first watch to how it resonates with us today. We got into the blanket fort and we sat down for a movie that neither of us had seen before. Now, I'm laughing because I've messed up movie several times now. I don't know how.
It's not like we say it every week.
So, please bear with us.
Because we're having a day.
And listen in, because we are doing one movie today, Michelle.
We're doing Knives Out from 2019. Yes, first time we've seen this, and we don't know why we've missed it.
I know why, because we've been holding on to it because we thought it was something it wasn't.
Yeah, I don't know what we thought it was. Like,
I don't know either.
I don't know. I knew.
Well, let me do the IMDb.
Okay.
And then we can talk about
I
the
like
things.
to jump ahead.
I know, I do too. Believe me, I'm with you on that. I don't have the IMDb. I'm joking. I have it. I'm joking.
I was going to throw my fidget at you.
It's fine. We both have fidgets. I can throw one back.
Yeah. Well, I have better aim. No, I don't.
So the IMDb is, when renowned crime novelist Harlan Thrombey is found dead at his estate just after his 85th birthday, the inquisitive and debonair detective Benoit Blanc is mysteriously enlisted to investigate. From Harlan's dysfunctional family to his devoted staff, Blanc sifts through a web of red herrings and self-serving lies to uncover his truth behind Harlan's untimely death. That is written by Lionsgate.
Dun.
I have trouble with other people's words, and the IMDb's are particularly difficult.
No, I understand that. I often have problems when I'm reading other people's words without stumbling over them because it's not how I would naturally say something. And it's not even like using certain words. It's how they actually put the words together in a sentence throws me off.
Yeah, no, I get that. So, how did you feel coming into the thing?
So I don't know. So I think in my head, I thought this was more of an action movie or a heist. I don't know what I thought it was. I knew it had a big cast, but I didn't really give it much thought. I don't even remember the trailers for it. So I didn't know that Jamie Lee Curtis was in it or half of the cast. And I just didn't really have an interest because it just didn't ping anything.
No, I get that.
In 2019, I was just getting out of my undergrad program, prepping for my graduate program. I was pre-pandemic me, and that was a lot too. I had just had, that October, I had my very first surgery, which was my appendix, my appendix removal. So, it's not like I had a lot of things going on in 2019. Yeah. I don't remember why we didn't bother to see it. I actually was surprised that you hadn't seen it because sometimes you watch movies like, either early in the morning or, when I'm not up.
I do love a Saturday morning movie.
Yeah, and I know you will watch things that I won't always necessarily, or you won't think I have an interest in, so...
Well, actually, I think I know why I didn't watch this movie, is because at the time you were very busy. I was spending my mornings decorating the appendix that you had taken out.
Oh, yeah.
Because I vajazzled it.
Well, that makes sense why it hurts so much.
No, it's when it came out.
Oh.
Did you feel that? You were sleeping.
I was on a lot of medication at that time, so I can't really say. But again, then I started graduate school, and it was like, there was no way.
I didn't want to watch it because it seemed like it was a Clue-like movie, and I was afraid to watch it without you, and you were busy. So I just kind of, sometimes I push those movies to the back of my head.
Yeah.
And it went so far to the back of my head that it fell right the hell out.
Regardless of all of the sequels and stuff that have happened since then.
Yeah, but we haven't really kept up with like Prime Video and Netflix and stuff because we haven't had Netflix in a very long time.
Yeah.
We boycotted them for a while.
Do you remember when our youngest used to call it Netflix?
Yeah.
She couldn't say Netflix, so she called it Netflix.
So let's go over the let me tell you about my feelings on it.
Okay, you do that.
I thought it was Clue. I thought it was a lot like Clue. So I was like, this will be interesting for you. And sometimes I like to watch a movie just to watch it with you.
It was a lot like Clue without the slapstickiness.
Right. But I had no feelings towards it. I was ambivalent.
Yeah.
Ambivalent.
Yeah.
Let's just say it that way.
Okay.
The right way.
You had ambivalency?
I know, I did.
There was an ambivalent air about it.
Ambivalent air. So, let's talk about the cast, which is extensive, so we're not going to go through everybody, nor are we going to go through all the hidden characters that are laced throughout.
Honestly,
there's a guy in there that I thought was long dead, and it wasn't Harlan.
No, Emmett Walsh. He did die in 2024, though.
Oh, shit. Now I feel like crap. I shouldn't have made that joke.
But honestly, I saw him. He was the security guard. You watching the camera?
God, man, it's just he was a foundation on so many films and TV shows. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I wrote his name down, but I really wasn't going to get too deeply into it. If I'm forgetting anybody of importance, it's because I didn't recognize their name as somebody I knew. Sometimes I'm really good with faces, but I'm really crap with
If you
names.
miss anyone that I covered, I will cover them afterwards.
Okay, awesome sauce. Okay, so we have Daniel Craig with the blue eyes. He played Benoit Blanc.
That's right. He was in the James Bond films, Casino Royale, the newer one, Skyfall, and Spectre.
And if you remember from my clues last week, he did, they even say it at one point, but he created that accent. It was built on historian Shelby Foote. And he said it was a mix of Foghorn Leghorn and Christopher Guest in Best of Show, which is funny because Christopher Guest is Jamie Lee Curtis's husband, I believe. Or maybe they were married at one point. I don't know. Maybe they're not.
I don't keep up with all the...
I don't know. Now I feel like I read that somewhere and it's wrong. And now I feel
Just
really
say
bad.
it is and it'll be fine.
If I ever meet her, I don't want her to be mad at me.
Why would she be mad at you? She'd
Why would
probably
she ever
be
meet
happy
me?
that she married somebody. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery. Daniel Craig has been in many things. These are a few of those many things.
Yes. And then we have America's Ass, Christopher Evans. He plays Ransom Drysdale.
That's right. He was in the MCU. So he was Captain America through many of those movies. He was also in one we covered, What's Your Number?
Yes, he was.
With Brie. And he was in Scott Pilgrim versus the World. So a second one that we covered as well.
Yes.
Still America's Ass.
Always will be. I mean, come on, that ass. That ass. Okay, you can bounce a quarter off of it and blind yourself. That's that ass. Okay.
You've made that clear.
So, playing Marta Cabrera is Ana de Armas.
Oh, you said that so well. You should learn French.
I'm going to ping you with this toy, I swear.
Blade Runner 2049, No Time to Die, and War Dogs.
And was she in No Time to Die with Daniel Craig?
Yeah.
I was going to say that's funny that they were in the... But she does remind me of somebody else, though. I think it's her little turned up nose, because I looked at all of her IMDb stuff and nothing pinged, but I think she just has a familiar face. I don't know what it is. Okay, we have...
Oh, she looks kind of like the woman in The Doctor. What's her name? I can't remember. I think it was The Doctor was like... It was 10, wasn't it?
You have me lost.
Doctor Who.
Oh, Doctor Who.
Sorry, Doctor Who. He was. She was. I'm saying she looks a lot like her, a little bit.
Oh, you mean Jenna Cole?
Yeah, Jenna Cole. That's
right. Yeah, that was 13.
13. Jesus, man, there's so many.
12. Sorry, whatever. Capaldi.
I don't know. What's their number?
You're not funny. Okay.
I am. Very funny. You just don't laugh.
Unfortunately, I laugh and I encourage way too often. So we have the incomparable Jamie Lee Curtis.
America's Chest.
Yes, them titties. I love her so much.
She's got them taters. Sorry, that was so horrible. I sincerely apologize for that.
Sorry, Jamie, we do love you.
Terrible.
We really do. I love you so much.
No, I'm sorry for saying taters at all. It's just... I mean, not even in Lord of the Rings should you say that.
Okay.
She was in the Halloween franchise.
Yes.
She was in True Lies, one of the best, and Trading Places.
And Trading Places. And she's going to be playing Kay Scarpetta's sister in the upcoming Dr. Kay Scarpetta series. Don't have a title for it yet, but if you like Patricia Cornwell, look for it.
Also, one of our listeners had mentioned it. They wanted us to watch it, which we will.
Yes.
A Fish Called Wanda.
Yes.
So she is in that as well. I want to just make sure that's in there.
Yes, that will be coming up in May, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay. We also have Don Johnson, who played Richard Drysdale.
Just going with the Drysdales. It's funny.
I know.
Miami Vice, Nash Bridges, and Django Unchained.
Mm-hmm. And
the cat's here.
he's got a boo-boo eye. So
he's a little
needy.
high right now.
And he's a needy boy.
You're going to hear him crying. Because
yeah.
he's a little bit high.
We don't really know what happened to his eye. We just know he has a boo-boo eye right now, and he's kind of needy boy.
I think he's milking it.
He is, because he knows Mommy's going to hug and love on him, when normally I would be like, get off me. Okay. So we have Michael Shannon, who plays Walt Thromby.
Oh, Walt. He was in The Shape of Water. That's where I know him from. Revolutionary Road and Man of Steel. Do you know who he played in Man of Steel?
No.
Kneel before Zod.
Oh, God. Okay.
He did a really good job.
That's funny, though. I mean, that's good. And, I think if we ever do a Superman movie, I want to do the classic Christopher Reeves.
Oh, yeah, I would like to. I'd like to do Christopher Reeves Superman plus the new one with James Gunn, the James Gunn Superman.
Okay. I can get behind that. I mean, I'm a Christopher Reeves
Not to
stan.
compare them. I want to see how they envisioned it, because it's not fair to compare movies of, an IP.
Yeah.
When this is about someone's vision for a movie. Like, yes. I won't even judge the Wild Wild West movie based,
you can't.
solely
based on you can't look at the TV show, because that's really
right.
what it is. You'd be basing it off of a TV show that I don't really remember, nor do I know if it had any steampunk aspects to it. But yet the Kevin Kline / Will Smith version has a lot of steampunk.
Right.
I liked that movie because it's stupid
okay.
and it's steampunk. Otherwise, it is Kevin Kline. So that always gets a pass. Okay, we have Toni Collette, who played Joni Thromby.
She was in Hereditary, Little Miss Sunshine, excellent movie,
Mm-hmm.
The Sixth Sense.
I know, I love Sixth Sense. I know people are like, but you know what? Say what you will about M. Night Shyamalan, that he had some bangers, and
he had some good movies. Unfortunately, he had some dismal movies, but that's everybody does.
I mean, I liked Signs. I liked. Oh crap! Now I can't think of the name of it.
The Village.
The Village. I liked The Village. I liked Lady in the Water.
I never saw it.
It's not great, but I liked it. It's no, because
what a stunning endorsement! I still want to watch it now.
No, I know the issues people have with it, and I just enjoy the fairy tale aspect of it.
I don't have any expectations.
Yeah, I liked it, but not all of his work. I can't. No. Okay, we have Christopher Plummer, who played the late Harlan Thrombey.
Oh man! So the one I know him best from, because it's one of the first ones I remember him ever being in, is The Sound of Music.
Oh my God, I always forget he's in that.
He's the dad.
I know, but I forget that's him.
Get away from that.
Because he's so young.
I know.
So I know Christopher Plummer, adult Christopher Plummer, and then I see The Sound of Music and I forget that that's him.
Yeah. He was also in Beginners and All the Money in the World.
And the last name I have on my list, I mean, unofficially, a last name is Frank Oz, who played Alan Stevens, the lawyer who reads the will.
See how Frank Oz did a lot of Muppets. Muppet movies, Muppets in general, The Dark Crystal.
Mm-hmm.
He's done a lot of stuff, including Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah, and he's him, you know, like when we did Trading Places and I saw that one guy who I thought I'd known from somewhere else and he turned out to be a puppeteer. Frank Oz is also one of those ones who's been in the background of a lot of our movies, but we know him from, or at least I have always known him from, you know, The Muppet Show. But yeah, Frank Oz is just basically, you know, he's got his fingers in a lot of pies.
And a lot of puppets.
And a lot of puppets, those poor puppets.
They love it.
So we had already talked about Emmett Walsh, who was the security guard. I don't know why I can't get those words out. And we have Lieutenant Elliot, who is played by Lakeith Stansfield.
He was in Sorry to Bother You, Get Out, and Atlanta. And
only because she's key, and I really wasn't going to add her until the last minute, I ended up putting her in. Kay Callahan, who played Grand Nana Juanita.
I don't have anything on her.
I don't either.
Okay, well, I'm glad we came to that conclusion, so.
Okay.
Oh, the writer-director is Rian Johnson.
Okay, I thought it was Ryan, but I could be wrong.
Rian or Ryan? I don't know. It could be Ryan. Who knows? His prominent works are Brick, Looper from 2012. Remember that? That was a pretty good one. Time travel kind of thing.
Didn't that have Joseph Gordon-Levitt in it?
It did. Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
Woohoo.
Yeah. Okay, so now we can start.
Okay. So stuff happens.
Things happened.
I want that house. That's the first thing I'm going to say. I
want that crazy ass house.
Want that house.
That seems to be based on everything that Harlan ever wrote.
I love the knives, the dagger sculpture.
Display. Yeah.
I freaking loved it. And I like so there's a lot of cinematography, interesting choices that were made in this movie. And when they're interviewing all of the family in the beginning. So if you don't know, Harlan dies. It's no big mystery. It's basically the whole point of the whole movie is he dies.
Yeah, he didn't disappear. He just dies.
So the family's all being interviewed by Lieutenant Elliot. And
at first,
Benny Blanc, he's in the background and he's just listening. And the way the cinematography has it is they're offset. So you see this array of daggers, but their seat is off center of it. And it was bothering me to a certain degree. That, for me, I wanted that symmetry of them.
Yeah, you wanted them in line with the sculpture. Yeah.
And I don't think anybody ever sits in line with it until the end when Benoit Blanc sits there and when Marta sits there.
Right.
It's almost like that was a way of it saying, you know, these are the innocent people. Like, they're the ones who, I don't know, there's a lot of symbolism.
Sure. Well, I mean, Knives Out is a cozy mystery.
It really is.
that is wrapped within like this satire.
Yeah.
Of social commentary, basically. It oscillates. It changes. There are times where you have dark humor. There are times where it's very warm. And there are times where it has a lot of tension. And it just jumps around. And it's almost like it's jarring you in a lot of places where you expect there to be warmth. Mm-hmm. There is not.
Exactly. And what I really appreciate about this whole thing is the fact that it does have that murder mystery. And the funny is there, but it's not overwhelming. Like, it doesn't take away from the story. The moments that happen that you sit there and you have to laugh and chuckle about, they're not belly laughs, but they're definitely human nature laughs. Like, things that happen are definitely part. It's natural flow.
Well, one of the key moments is when Marta the dog runs up with a piece of the trellis that she's trying to keep away, though she doesn't even know is there at first. The dog runs up with it to her, and she's like, oh shit. And she takes it and then has to hide it behind her back.
Yeah.
And as soon as Benoit looks away, she throws it as hard as she can. Of course, the dog's going to go chasing after it.
Is it easier if we call him Benny?
No, Benoit's fine.
Okay, Benoit. Okay.
Why?
No, I'm just saying because I know I keep tripping on Benoit.
Oh.
So, yeah. And also in the very beginning, when he does talk to her and she's sitting there and you can see she's nervous and he's like, so I heard you can't lie. That you know, I forget what his wording was, but it was basically you projectile vomit whenever you lie. And she's like, you know, yes, it's true. I will vomit every time I can't lie, explains it. But then he makes her lie. And she immediately just runs and vomits in the pot, the vase that's right there. And I love that porch. There is just nothing about that house I didn't love.
True.
There was nothing about it.
I guess if you're rich, it's awesome.
I mean, shit. I mean, you gotta have a
so,
maid.
as you were saying, Marta is kind of the core of this. It kind of follows her, who is also following Benoit.
Yes.
And her sincerity and moral clarity, or the inability to lie without throwing up, is something that Benoit kind of relies on. And not because he thinks she's innocent, but because he thinks she has the ability to be honest.
Yeah, like she can almost seek out what... She's not innocent, but he doesn't think that other people are innocent either. Like he's the way it seems to me...
He wants the story.
Yes.
He's not necessarily trying to find innocence or guilt. He wants the whole story.
Yes.
He wants the donut.
The donut. He wants the hole in the donut, too.
What you find out about the movie, especially at the very start, is that the Thornbys all believe they're self-made.
Yes.
They, despite the fact that their wealth is inherited and given to them by Harlan, who has recently died, they all claim that they started their own companies or that they had their own vision. And what you find out is, of course, it was Harlan who gave them their first $1 million to start something up. They didn't start anything from scratch. These are all Nepo babies. And while being a Nepo baby isn't inherently a bad thing, because sometimes people get help from things, but not acknowledging that is the crime.
Yes.
Acknowledge it and prove your worth.
Yeah.
Prove your ability.
Yes.
You know? But these people are not.
No,
they're claiming it, but they keep taking from Harlan.
Yeah, they squander a lot of their money.
Even some that are not squandering, they're not making enough to be self-sustaining because they keep coming to him.
Yes.
They require him in order to continue.
Toni Collette's character, Joni, she is not even a relative in a way. She's a widow of one of their sons.
Of Harlan's son.
Yes. So she, it's her, Harlan has been supporting her and paying for her daughter's tuition. Now, here's the thing that kind of did bother me, though. He took it out on his granddaughter that mom was double dipping on the tuition. Because he says, I'm going to cut you off and the tuition off. But it was Joni who was double dipping.
Sure. But the thing is, he was doing the clean break thing, which
true.
included letting all of them, because he was afraid she was going to turn out
just
like
her
everyone
mom.
else.
And
the one person in this, of course, actually, there's two people. So to be fair, there are two people. One is the maid, or the
Fran, yes.
Fran, and then Marta, who neither of them benefited from Harlan other than working for them.
Now, Fran is played by Edie Patterson, and she was in The Righteous Gemstones. So if you know that show, you'll know.
Yeah, I never saw it. So.
It's really, I liked it. I didn't get to finish it, but I did like what I saw. But yeah, so her character is, it's almost going from being one of the Harlan's kids to being the other side of it, because she's not rich, where in The Righteous Gemstones, she's...
The other way.
Yeah, the other way. But really horrible person she is.
So the film has this narrative control. I mean, it takes each family member, and I pointed it out to you at the very start, when they're talking about the party, it's them next to Harlan when the cake comes in.
Every single time the cake gets put down, it's that person, the person who's speaking, it's their immediate family on either side of him.
Right. So they are the focus. They are the ones closer to Harlan than anyone else because they were at that party, when in fact it wasn't any of them.
I think it's what I like about this too, is it is chock full of unreliable narrators.
Oh yeah, it absolutely is. In fact, it relies on the
unreliableness.
Unreliable narrators to create the narrative itself. So yeah, I think that Blanc's role, or Benoit's role, is not so much to figure out what happened for us.
Yes.
For him it is.
Yes.
But for us, he's the one that cuts through these self-mythologies that have been built up around each of these characters. So at the start, which I correctly called and I kind of love, when they're talking and they're answering the questions of the detective and they lie, he hits a key on the piano as an indicator that he knows they're lying.
So what I thought was funny is, because again, when I did my research, I didn't know anything about this movie, but I remember reading things, and then as the movie was as we're watching it, I'm going, oh, that's what they were talking about. Oh, that's what they meant. So originally he was supposed to be sitting behind Elliot, and then he was going to kick his chair every time one of them lied. And Daniel Craig was like, nah, I kind of want to sit back here and plink this piano every time one of them lies. I kind of like that aspect.
Well, it's startling.
It is startling.
Because for one, he's indicating he knows the bullshit because they know their own bullshit.
Yeah.
He's pointing it out to them. But also that harsh, also someone touching your piano.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's letting them know he's in charge without saying a damn thing.
Yeah, because it's a high note. It's a jarring note. The room is quiet.
It's kind of discordant to what's happening.
Exactly.
Sure. Which is kind of funny because you're using a musical note to be discordant.
Yes.
Yeah.
And honestly, he sets up a different persona than the persona which I feel like he ends up with throughout the rest of the movie. Is at that moment he's showing a bit of mystery and an aloofness towards the situation where he becomes kind of almost like
a goofball.
A bit silly and not really. I mean,
more monk and less Sherlock.
I mean, when he's sitting in the car waiting for her, he's singing a Liza Minnelli song that she covered with the Pet Shop Boys.
Yeah.
I mean, because he chose that. Daniel Craig chose that because he loves Liza Minnelli. I didn't realize he was a Liza Minnelli fan.
So, yeah, I mean, I think that I like the way this film was done. I very much enjoyed this whodunit because it's that very classic structure of the whodunit mystery. And that's why it feels so cozy. Because you're really not leaving the home a lot. And even when they're out on the street, you get this sense of very personable.
Yes.
Very like close, like you're part of that scene. Like you're in the scene. You don't feel like you're back from it watching it.
Yeah. And it's also like the town that Marta lives in is very small.
Small but large.
Yes. Because when they do go out into the town for the 2 or 3 things that they have to, it's very like only in this one little area.
It's only in the one little area, but you have a feeling like it's a bigger part of something.
True.
But it is small enough to where they know the streets without even thinking about it.
She knew the alleyways.
Yeah, exactly.
To get that little tiny car through there. So, yeah, it's definitely, I say that a lot. It's definitely, it was very comfortable for me because that is the kind of movie I like. It is the kind of just Clue aspect of it. You know, it's Clue without the plot holes. It's Clue without the, like I said, the slapstick. Unfortunately, it was Clue without the Tim Curry.
Sure. But we kind of got a Tim Curry near the end, didn't we? A little bit frantic, a little bit frantic. Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. I appreciated the coffee cup, and now I kind of want one.
And
explain the coffee cup.
so the coffee cup literally is in the very first scene, and it says, "My house, my rules, my coffee." And it's Marta putting the cup on the tray. And it appears once again at the end of the movie when Marta has the blanket over her shoulders and she's drinking something hot, and it's to calm her down.
Probably coffee or tea.
Yeah.
Or perhaps a hot orange juice.
And she's standing on the balcony watching the family leaving. And they all turn to look at her, but she's got that cup in her hands. And the cup is just definitely, because she's bringing it to Harlan. It kind of gets me there.
Well, she's not bringing it to Harlan.
No, it's Fran who's bringing it to Harlan. Okay, so sorry. But even then, Fran is bringing it to Harlan because it's Harlan's cup. And then at the end,
it transfers
to Marta because it's Marta's cup. Because it's her house.
I think Fran's going to have a job for life.
She's dead.
I know. that was the joke.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought that was evident.
So the one thing I got...
Also, spoiler.
Spoiler. So one of the things I thought was also a bit apropos is the immigration issue. Part of the reason why Marta is so freaked out. I don't want to give away too much for anybody who hasn't seen the movie.
Sure, I think that's fair.
But one of the reasons why she's so freaked out by the whole situation is because her mom is undocumented. And we are seeing a lot of issues with that right now in our country. And it, to me, kind of was very...
It punches you.
Yeah. It was very appropriate.
And that was in 2019.
Yeah.
2018 when they were filming it.
Mm-hmm.
So knowing now,
yeah,
I mean, it's an even bigger gut punch.
Yeah. And then the fact that one of the characters, I think it's Jodie's daughter, she uses her mom's undocumented status as almost like a weapon against her.
Like blackmail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's such a dick
Not
move.
like blackmail. It was blackmail, yeah.
And it was a dick move. So
at the start of the film, everybody is trying to be close together. You know, they're all like, oh no,
we
we're
love
all
each other.
Right. But you find out they're not close knit. And I think that you find that out a lot of times in families. It is easy looking in to see this family that may be perfect or very much cohesive in some way. But then once you get to know them or you get to question them, as Benoit is doing, you start seeing the cracks. And he's very good at getting into the cracks of things. So he finds those fissures and he kind of pries them apart because he's looking for what's underneath.
Yes.
And he's really good at using that to great effect. Now, at first, when Daniel Craig, who is British, starts using this accent, I'm like, oh my God, this is just horrifying.
I know, but he does it so well.
I have to say, he didn't do the worst job ever.
No, because even though like they tease him and say the foghorn leghorn, and he even described it as such, I didn't really hear that. I mean,
No.
I heard the Southern lawyer, you know, the white-suited Southern lawyer. I heard, you know, just that almost that.
Well, I say.
They that upper crust Louisiana plantation owner. Kind of
yeah.
But I did not hear it. It wasn't cartoonish. It wasn't comical on that level, which was beautiful.
Right. I think he did an excellent job coming to that. I don't know. The accent did not throw me out of the movie.
You know, it's funny. I have noticed that it is so easy for British individuals to emulate a Southern accent.
Because they're very close together.
There's a lot of similarities, and, you know, bite your tongue. I know, Michelle, bite your tongue. But it is true. There's a lot of verbal, vowel similarities. And so I think that's part of, like, so in the season of Torchwood that shall not be named, Eve Miles, who played Gwen, they come to America, and she's trying to pull off an American accent.
It's horrifying.
It is horrifying. Now, Eve Miles is very, very, very Welsh.
She's so Welsh. She's so Welsh, I think she might be a dragon.
I think she might be. And the problem is I think they told her to go for an American accent, and she didn't pick Southern.
I know.
She picked this middle America.
She picked the transatlantic.
No, not even. She did the Midwest mom thing.
Well, it's hard to tell because it all sounded so horrible.
Like almost like she was doing a bad Canadian accent with the Midwest mom.
Oh, yeah, like Minnesota, but
like like on TikTok, the Minnesota mom who does the salads that aren't quite salads.
No,
she did that bad.
The best one is God, what's her name in Men in Black? When the farmer's wife.
Oh my God, you are, oh my God. But no, even worse than, because that was not, at least that was Edgar. Edgar. But she wasn't really, she was just going for like Dust Bowl, which was funny because it was such a Dust Bowl desert type of thing. And you're like, wait a minute, this is the early 2000s, or late 90s.
It was very Fargo, actually.
It was very, but yeah, I never understood that choice. But then again, I never understood that whole season of Torchwood. Again, it is the season we do not acknowledge.
Except you keep acknowledging it.
I acknowledge it in the sense that it exists, but I don't acknowledge it in the canon.
Okay, well, let's get back to this. So while they say they are close-knit, he finds those cracks, he pries them open, and you find out their affection for each other is very conditional, very transactional, and it is rooted in what Harlan can give them. Mm-hmm. So everything that they do is centered around what Harlan gives them. And I know that his intentions were good, but Harlan created all this.
Yes. I think he realized too late what he had created, the monster that he had created, because you want to take care of your children. And you don't want to see them suffer. So here's the thing, is knowing that Harlan literally came from the bottom up. Because he was the reason why the family was rich. And knowing, as somebody who has and is, and well, we struggle daily, but growing up the poor white children that we were, it's so hard to not be able to help your children.
Sure.
And if we had it, our children would be just as spoiled. To a certain degree, I'm pretty sure our kids would be those kids.
Yeah, because everyone makes that mistake. It's very hard to walk that line of not overgiving and them being self-reliant.
But I'm also a cheap bitch, so I'm pretty sure I wouldn't give them that much.
I don't know. So I think that in this case, Harlan tried. He did his best. But I think the lessons that he may have wanted to teach them fell on deaf ears.
I think so. They were just in that shock of being cut off. So the reality of what he was trying to teach them went over their heads. All they could hear was, "You're not getting any more money from me."
Right.
And then the rest of it was Charlie Brown in school. Wah, 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 wah. You know?
I don't want to give a lot of stuff away because I think the movie is exhilarating.
It really is.
It actually had me like on the edge of my seat.
I paid attention more than I usually do.
I know. I was having a good time. I really enjoyed it.
I was actually excited when we decided to do this and I did my notes. I was like, oh, I can't wait to see this.
I was very excited during the movie and I'm like, this is a fantastic movie. This is so well done. I'm enjoying this so much more than I thought I ever would. Mm-hmm. One of the things I really loved, and I would like to go over some of the individual characters and maybe their emotional discourse or the things that drove them. But for Marta, her compassion is very much not a weakness.
No.
It seems like it will be. You keep thinking, oh, she's going to dig herself into a hole.
She's going to be too nice.
And someone's going to murder her.
Mm-hmm.
But it's actually, and again, I don't want to give anything away, but much of who she is the reason why she's able to make it to the end of the movie.
I agree. And
in fact, it's key in many ways.
no, it definitely is. You know who she reminds me of? My TA.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
My current TA is that person. She is, all of her heart goes into her job. And we just found out that we're not going to have to do this certain inspection because we got a change. And she goes, oh, well, if we're not going to be doing that, I will be here forever. So she's like, I'm never leaving. But she is also from another country. And I know that that is an issue for some people. None of the people we work with, though, because she had been gone for a couple weeks during the Christmas season. And when she came back, my littles were ecstatic to see her.
Yeah, which is adorable.
And she is that person. Marta, they reminded me of each other. She is definitely a younger version of that. And seeing that kindness on screen of somebody who's just that genuine good person.
Well, despite the fact that Benoit is in charge, quote unquote, in charge, and seems to be the one who, much like Sherlock Holmes, who you should be following around.
Yeah.
You find out in the film fairly early on as well that despite the fact that Marta is following him, you're following her.
Yep.
She is carrying the emotional weight of this film.
Yes.
She is, every time she feels anxiety, you feel it.
Mm-hmm.
When she feels guilt, you feel it. When there's tenderness, when there's, I don't know, that sense of empowerment, you feel those things along with her.
Mm-hmm.
So it is very much, and to take a Frank Oz thing, is like as if you're part of her, you're being puppeted. You know, your emotional discourse is puppeted by what happens to her.
Because you genuinely care about this character. She is one of those characters that you really, almost immediately. Yeah. And it's for me, you see her in the background, and you see her, when she shows up at Harlan's house to be, just to speak with the investigators. But I think the point where you really fall in love with her is when she's playing Go with him. Right. Because he's like, how come I can never beat you? And she's like, it's because you're playing to win and I'm playing to make patterns. Right. And I was waiting to see what her pattern was going to be. But he was a sore loser. In a funny way. He wasn't mean. That's one thing. Harlan adored her.
Well, that's the thing. He was tender. He was a caring person, which is why it was so easy to take advantage of him.
Exactly. And I also think he saw her and he almost was like, this is the child I wished my children had become. Right. And and that's hard. That's got to be a hard smack in the face to see other people and go, why couldn't my children that I raised be this caring and this...
Well, here's the thing that should kill anybody is the kids, the family will never, ever get that. No. They just won't get that.
Nope. They're going to take it. They're going to take her as the bad guy. The first thing when the inheritance was read, they were like, you fucked my dad. It's like, you disgusting people. Why are you thinking the worst of this person that a few minutes ago you were saying was just like family?
Yeah, you're part of the family. We're going to take care of you.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you turned on her literally
very quickly,
like a light switch. Yeah. And so, yeah, it's very telling to see them like that. And again, you see that in almost every single day where it's okay. I'm friends with this person here from Mexico. We're friends, but oh, wait a minute. That one's going to get a raise and I'm not going to get a raise. Oh, I'll call ice on them. I'll call somebody on them because you know what? They're getting something that I'm not getting.
And they pretty much do threaten her with that.
They do. And that's fucked up.
So let's talk about Benoit real quick. So he's just not exactly who you expect him to be. He is kind of comedic. In a lot of ways. He's a little bit silly.
He is.
Despite coming off enigmatic, a little mysterious at the forefront of it. But he's also comforting because he knows people. He knows people well enough to give them space, not just to feel comfortable, but also space to feel uncomfortable. He knows what it takes to get answers. Sometimes it's sitting back, sitting down in a chair, and just talking to someone, especially like the old lady.
Yes.
The grandmother.
And he said, I'm just going to sit here and wait. And just, I'm going to listen. If you want to talk, I'm here.
And she really hasn't spoken much at all.
No. Other
and
than like
people
a few
yell
statements.
in her ear.
Oh my God. It's
as
ridiculous.
if she can't hear, but she's just not responding to them.
She's probably over there, all their shit.
But the thing is, when he's just talking to her like a normal person and being empathetic and comforting, she gives him those answers.
I love in the beginning, they're like, and who's this person? And they're like, this is Grandnana Juanetta. That is Harlan's mother. How old is she? We don't know.
We don't know. I think that's one of the things, though. No one bothered to find out.
Yeah. I mean, that's
messed up.
But if he was 85...
Yeah,
how old was Grandnana Juanetta?
5,000. No, she was, it's
so
entirely possible
assuming
she was still
15 years older, just assuming at the worst case scenario, because 15 years older, that's still pretty damn old.
Verging on 100, yeah.
Grandnana Juanetta.
But, he has a calm presence. He's intuitively empathetic. And he's less a detective than he is like a morality pointer.
Yeah.
So he knows where he sees morality. In fact, he knew it from the very start.
I wish I had his ability to sit back and be quiet. I can't. But I also appreciate how he works things out verbally when he's in the car with Marta, and he's figuring out stuff, and he's just like, please, this is how I work myself. But if this is bothering you, I can not do this. But he's like, he's telling her, this is how I go through, this is my process of how I work things.
But and also he's using her as a gauge.
Yes. To see how she reacts to the things he's saying out loud.
Right.
And he's looking for the hole for the center of the donut.
Right. Which is just another donut. So Ransom Drysdale. Ransom is charming. He is very entitled. He is dangerous and toxic. And even I was fooled because it's America's ass. So it's really easy to fall for that.
It really is.
But at first, I even said it when he's like, you're screwed, but I'm not going to turn you in. I'm going to help you. I went, oh, he's not a bad guy.
I know. And that's inside I'm going, I don't know.
I know.
I didn't want to say like, okay, oh no,
see,
he's an asshole. But then I'm also like, maybe he's not an asshole.
This is why I'm a pessimist. Because every pessimist is a hopeful person inside. And we give hope out. And that hope is never returned to us. So we become pessimistic. We're not optimists. Optimists believe in the best of everyone.
True.
But pessimists are people who have been burned by not having hope returned. So, just saying.
I get that. I am, so you know how like there's an introverts and the extroverts, and I always consider myself an omnivert, which apparently is a thing that a lot of people who have ADD consider themselves to be, or omniverts, because they need to have that time to like shut the fuck down. I wonder if there is between a pessimist and an optimist, is there like an omnivist? Because some days I am an optimist and I'm like, we are gonna get shit done, and then there's days where I am like, you know what, I ain't getting nothing done.
You're going to hear the kitten screaming because she is locked in a room so she doesn't make noise. And of course, she's making noise.
I can't hear her, so maybe we won't.
Oh, I'm hearing her
so
through the headphones.
You're picking her up? Okay, yes. I'm sorry. She's
I'm just letting you know.
So you're going to hear the kitten yelling.
I know,
that's Miss
but
Poe.
She's so adorable.
We'll have to post some pictures of Poe. And in
You won't get good ones though, because she's not photogenic, despite being very adorable.
Still,
I know.
I think I might have one or two.
So we have Linda Drysdale, who has this polished exterior that obviously is a facade for her insecurities. Her relationship with Harlan is...
She's daddy's girl.
She's got genuine affection for him.
Oh, yeah, she loves her daddy.
Absolutely. And I think that's why he was always playing the games with her, because she did know how to interact with him. That did not protect her from losing everything, because let's be fair, she didn't lose everything. She had her own company.
Yes.
He just wasn't going to help fund any more of it.
Yes. And again, his money is what started her company.
Yeah, but he's not going to give her any more money.
Exactly.
And they're losing the quote-unquote ancestral home, which is not ancestral.
No, it's not.
Which is funny.
Yes. But also her husband, Don Johnson, is cheating on her. And that was what Harlan found out. And he...
Yeah, who is Walt?
Yeah, and he
or not Walt.
Don Johnson, he is Richard.
Richard, yeah.
And he's unloaded. He wants him to tell Linda. Harlan goes, you have to tell her or I will.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I'm not, whatever. But when somebody overhears that part of what Harlan had said, and then when they're interviewing them, they bring that up to Richard, and he's like, what was it? He was going to say something. Oh, we were talking about putting Grandnana in a home, and Linda's against that. So
right.
That, and I told him I would tell her, later, because I know she'd be very against it. And he's like, if you don't tell her, I'll tell her. So he completely lies out his ass and gets a little plink on the piano.
Yeah, gets the plink on the piano. But yeah, so Linda, while having this genuine affection for her father and he for her, she's blinded by her own self-image.
Mm-hmm.
So she's complicit just like everyone else, despite having that piece. But she does get something from that affection.
Yes.
The final game piece.
So, yeah, because at one point Richard goes looking for the...
Well, I don't want to give that away.
Yeah,
There's some things
we're trying to not, because it's some really good shit.
And it is only from 2019. So,
yeah, so there's a lot of people like
yes, it is an older movie, but historically, not old. It's not as old as the dinosaurs.
It's not a dated movie. It's, we watch movies and it's like, oh shit, it's some dated stuff.
I know.
In there.
Trading Places.
Trading Places was spooky scary. And like kind of, well, we already talked about the racism and the homophobia and
a lot of things.
Which we didn't even realize a lot of it either. And the titties, so many titties.
So Walt Thromby has a lot of resentment. You can just feel that coming off of him. Desperation, where he's spent a lifetime being completely overshadowed.
Yes.
I don't know in what capacity he was overshadowed, because let's face it, it's not like Harlan was giving him any chances outside of just running his company.
Yes.
But maybe, just maybe, he could have been a writer. I think Harlan even said at some point.
Yeah, that he could have been something more than...
He could have written, but he chose to do, to live off of me.
Yeah, instead of trying to create his own worlds in writing, he tried to bank on Dad's imagination and his writing, because he kept trying to get him movies and TV shows, and Harlan was very much against having his stuff acted out. He wanted it to stay in the written form.
Well, here's what I loved about that. So in the movie, when that's brought up, Walt says, yeah, but our books could be so much more. And he says, they're not our books. They're my books.
Mm-hmm.
It's my work. I did the work.
Yes.
You are just benefiting from it.
Exactly.
And I love that, because there's an entitlement that comes with family.
Mm-hmm.
Family feels very entitled to your money, to your time, to your efforts. And that's okay to a point.
Yes.
But at this point, for Harlan and for Walt, that is something that is sticking with Harlan. And one of the things that really drives him to separate everybody in the family from his money.
Mm-hmm.
because Walt could have been so much more.
Definitely.
And it's vastly disappointing to see someone with potential do nothing with it.
Yes.
Because they could sit back and live on you.
And I think he felt the same way with Ransom as well, because he saw himself in Ransom.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that ambition in Ransom, but he doesn't use his powers for good.
Right. He's just a dick.
I literally wrote America's ass is a dick.
It's America's dick.
That's just weird.
He's Florida. Low-hanging fruit, maybe.
Oh my God. It is the Wang of the U.S.
So Walt is obviously dealing with his own insecurities as well. And his emotional fragile, I don't know, where he's fragile about the way things are, about what he's doing instead of doing the thing he should have been, which is writing or something for himself. He is so very fragile about the fact that he is only doing his daddy's, bidding.
Yeah.
And that makes him very blusterous. He blusters about everything. He's always the one confronting everyone. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't have a problem with it because he thinks he's owed that.
Yeah, it's the arrogance is strong in this one.
Well, then we have Joni.
Yes.
Joni Thromby.
I don't think anybody in the family even tolerates. She seems to think that they love her, but I think they just tolerate her for the sake that she exists.
So Joni reminds me of someone, and it's Chloe from The Big Chill, Meg Tilly.
Oh, okay.
She's kind of that odd one out in the group.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone acknowledges she's part of the group, right?
Yeah.
But she's also not part of the group. Like you're there, but we don't really want you there, but also you're there.
Yeah, I actually kind of know how that feels. You're a part of us, but you're really not a part of us. So, like, we tolerate you. But...
Well, they don't even really tolerate her.
They mostly
Joni,
ignore her.
So, yeah, just that kind of air of, like...
There's a bouncy kind of...
Well, she's not the same.
No,
she's not the same as them.
No, she's not, because she's the one she's upstairs meditating. She has the spa, facial. It's a beauty care line.
She has the tastes that would not be part of their family.
Exactly.
Unless they married into it.
They're all very businessy.
Sure. Well, at least the facade of businessy. Jesus. Yes, businessy. I'm trying to use a fake word for a fake word, apparently.
I like making up words. I'm very Shakespearean. Okay, in my head.
Did you know that list is a word that Shakespeare made up?
It's probably, I wouldn't doubt it.
It's true, though.
I mean, he invented...
So the list is something he made up. That's what
he created, I think it's over 2,000 words.
Yeah. List is one of them.
So that's why,
I like making lists. And when I think of that, I think of how it could be a skull. So...
I think, so one of the things about this movie that I thought was really interesting, and again, in my research, the way that they ignore Marta in the beginning is like she's part of the family, and he literally hands her a plate, not even thinking about it. And that's something that the actor chose to do on purpose to give that impression that she is the help, she's not important, but they say that.
The beauty of that is in their first telling of this, when she's telling it, when they're telling it, it's Richard looking over the back of his chair and saying, "Come on, come in."
Yes,
very welcoming, and her going in and him taking her hand and and stuff, they're very family and stuff.
Yes,
but when it recounts later the truth of things, the real truth, not the truth as they perceive it. Mm-hmm. He's bringing her in there to discourse about racist topics that he wants her input on because she's not white.
Yes. And he makes it sound, so I guess, because obviously they don't know that her mother is undocumented. And so...
But they all think she's from somewhere she's not.
They said Peru, they said Ecuador, Paraguay. I'm pretty sure he's making up stuff at that point, moon over Parador,
Exactly.
And so
another great movie.
Exactly. So there's a lot of entitled, elitist, affluent bullshit going on that
very
just
Nazi-ish.
Burns my biscuits. And the thing is that Marta's not the housekeeper. Fran is. And Fran is a white woman.
Right. But they hand her the plate.
They hand Marta the plate. And Marta is a nurse. She is his nurse. Harlan's nurse. She is a medically trained individual who is so good at what she does, that she's just very aware of his medical needs. So
you find out she's so good, in fact, that the mistake she made isn't a mistake she made.
Exactly.
And later on in the film, that's borne out. But let's go with...
Yeah. So knowing that, here is this very, very highly intelligent individual with a heart of fucking gold, and they're treating her as if she is nothing because her skin is brown.
Right.
But she's just like family.
But it's the casual racism. That's what that is. This is a casual racism. There's hundreds of these microaggressions that they display throughout the movie as part of that act of, she is not actually part of the family. They're saying it as if she's the dog.
Yes. And the dogs love her.
Yeah. But they're saying it as if she's like one of the pets.
Yeah. And again, it's just some fucked up shit. So, do you think it's going to pass the Castellini?
Do I think it's going to pass? I think it's going to... I don't know. I think it will.
Okay.
I can guess at it.
I think it will.
Why not find out for sure? Let's go through some questions.
Okay.
Maybe you'll answer them. Now, remember, if you answer falsely, you will puke.
I most likely will. Because I drank like 4 cups of coffee today.
Okay.
And that's and a whole can of cranberry sauce. Because I like cranberries.
Weird. Okay, so the Castellini test. There have to be at least 2 named women characters with at least 5 lines of dialogue each.
Okay, we have Grandnana Juanetta.
No,
I know she
had the least lines.
I know. So we have, Marta, we have Linda, we have even, Fran, Joni, Meg. There's a lot of female characters, and
Fran
they all
probably
have a lot.
has, other than Grandma
Juanetta, Grandnana.
Yeah, I think other than that, Fran has the least.
Yes, I believe so.
But she's fairly pivotal.
She very much is.
And good on her for the grit, man. She's got some grit to her. Okay, so yeah,
yes.
that passes that.
Yes.
Those characters must have a conversation, not necessarily with the other woman, either not about their partner or with their partner, future or current, and not about their relationship.
Well, funnily enough, the only couple is Linda and Richard.
Sure.
They don't talk about their relationship. Now, Richard and Harlan talk about their relationship,
yeah.
But the female character never once talks about her relationship, and none of the female characters talk about their relationship, though they do talk with each other about different things.
Yeah.
So yes, passes.
It passes. At least one of the women has to be integral to the plot, meaning that if she were written out of the film, it could not reach the same ending.
Marta. If Marta was gone, there would be no point to any of this. So,
absolutely.
Yes.
The entire thing hinges on her. She carries the weight of the film in many ways.
She is the heart. She's the comedy. She is the drama and the tragedy. She is so much
Watson.
About this movie. She is Watson.
And Sherlock is nothing without Watson.
Exactly. And he admits that too.
Sure. And that is the Castellini test, but now we have 2 more that we added on our own.
Yes.
Is it inclusive and how?
Okay.
This is going to be difficult.
So it is inclusive in the sense that Marta and her mom and her sister are women of color. And they are women of color and not men of color. That is definitely a good thing. Now, Walt does walk with a cane.
Sure.
We don't know why.
So we have a disability of some
So we have a
kind.
disability of some form.
Probably the richest form of disability is
Probably.
that he can just have a limp and a cane.
Probably.
Very
So
distinguished.
that would be the extent. Well, no, it's not true. Oh my God, I'm an asshole. Lieutenant Elliot is a black man.
Well, yeah,
So
but we
they're-
were talking about the family in this
Oh,
instance.
okay,
but-
sorry. I was
but
talking about the
yeah.
cast in general.
I mean, no, we were discussing
yeah.
the family in that instance.
I didn't want to forget him, and
Sure.
then I'm like, oh shit, I forgot the one black man in the movie. So it's not inclusive, but it's not.
Well, I mean, we have Marta. Yes, we have.
It's just not. It could be more. Well, I would say it could be more inclusive, except it really does center around this one family.
Lakeith.
Lakeith Stanfield.
Yeah.
Stansfield.
Lieutenant Elliot.
Yes,
That's his name.
And so, because while the cast itself is large, it really, though, I think the news reporter was a Hispanic gentleman. When she finds out.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
So there may be, because really though the majority of the movie takes place within the house, within this family, within the confines of this group of people. Yes, it is diverse. It could be more diverse, but it is a family of white people.
It's diverse racially.
Yes.
In a very weird way, it's diverse because it's mostly the people working around the family.
I mean, there's even a Nazi. But
there's a couple of Nazis in that film.
yeah, but the kid is the one that they make fun of the most as being a Nazi. I don't think the kid even has a freaking line, maybe.
He has two.
So, yes, it is
It is not.
It's not diverse.
Inclusive to LGBTQ people.
No.
At all.
There are none as far as we know.
Right.
But that's
So,
it. Yeah, and nobody of a disability other than maybe Walt's limp.
Which we don't know the extent of that, nor is it something we need to know, really.
No, they don't really go into it.
So how does it rate when put up against Tremors?
Oh, now here's the problem. I'm going to say it's up there.
I am too.
I want to say this is a 9.
This is a nice emotional romp.
Yeah.
It's not a monster movie in which that was a romping adventure through desert lands.
Yes.
And through a little bit of fear. But this is a nice emotional romp through I liken it to a Clue party.
Yeah. Again, it's Clue without the slapstick.
Yeah, you're really getting a lot of bang for your buck with this movie.
I want to say 9. Because it's really, I mean,
Yeah, I'm
it's
gonna
got
put it
the
up there, too.
acting, it's got the characters, it has the semi-diversity, again, within the, I mean, with Tremors, it is within the scope of that town in the middle of this desert area. So, it's limited by 10 people that live in this town, where this is limited by the small cast of people in that house. So again, when you have that limitation, it's not like a movie where they're out in the world, where when we did The Mummy, it was definitely, it has to be more diverse because it's taking place in a multicultural area.
Sure.
Or Trading Places is taking place in New York City. Should there be more diversity? Yeah. So, or Empire Records, the one black guy in the corner of the alleyway.
What the hell, man?
There should have been more diversity in Empire Records because it does have outside of those record store scenes.
Just wait till we get to Can't Hardly Wait.
So, I mean, so yes, it could have been more diverse, but but you have to look at it as a movie is within a scope of it's a little fragment that we're looking at.
Yeah, no, you're making a lot of
I know,
excuses for
I know.
for what we've already decided on.
Y'all know.
Out of 10, it is 9.
I would say 9.
9 Knives Out.
9 Knives Out.
There you go. That's it. That's how you know.
So how does it make you feel now?
I am energized by this movie.
I'm not disappointed.
I wasn't at all. I was very happy with this movie. I am so happy, in fact, that I think this goes into regular rotation.
Yeah.
And as just a fun film.
Definitely.
It is cozy, but it is energetic. It is emotional, but it almost feels like you're watching an adventure.
Yes.
The comedy is so subtle.
It really is.
The comedy is layered in. This is like what do they call the layered cakes or the layered treat? And it could also be savory. Trifle. It's like a trifle. Okay? So this movie is a trifle in many ways.
It's a trifling movie. No.
It's a trifle in a very good way. Those layers, they just seem like a lot of layers if you take them individually.
Yes.
But if you put them all together, they make this really beautiful dessert with meat in it. I'm sorry, I'm doing a Friends joke.
I realized that at the last minute.
But you really do have this really nice layered, and I think that's the thing with the onion in the next, maybe not the next
Glass
movie.
onion, yeah.
Yeah, the glass onion or whatever. But it is a very layered movie. There's all these pieces that fit together, and it's like watching an episode of Psych without the slapstick.
Yes. No, I'm with you on that one.
But it's a fun movie. I can't even come up with a better thing than that.
Maybe that's why I really enjoyed it, because it did have a bit of Psych as like feeling about it. It had that, breaking down the clues and
it's the Clue episode.
Oh my God,
Psych.
it's the Clue episode of Psych. Oh my God. We always bring it back to Psych.
But without the slapstick.
But
it is really very much an emotional journey.
Definitely.
And you feel Harlan's not just disappointment, but his truly like a real love for Marta.
Oh, definitely.
Like he dies for her.
He does. He does. He basically, yeah, no.
I mean, I shouldn't give a lot of things away. I hate that. But he is his kindness is reflected in what Marta brings to his life.
But it's also a situation. If Woody had gone to the police, this would never have happened.
Sure.
And I mean, if you're old enough to get that reference, but it's always something I like to refer back to from the old Woody Woodpecker cartoons, because there's so many times in life where if people had just done the one thing, it's just a situation where if A had been listened to when they were telling and talking about, doing A, if we hadn't ignored A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and so on would not have happened.
Sure.
And so I like
tragedy of circumstance.
Exactly. So it always reminds me of that line. So if Woody had gone to the police, this would never have happened.
Of course, I'm thinking Woody also from Psych.
Well, if Woody had just gotten his shit together, no.
If he hadn't done that cocaine and cuddled with Lassie, he would have been fine.
That's the best scene. So if you would like to watch Knives Out, it's not available on a lot of places, but you can catch it on Amazon Prime, YouTube, Apple TV, Google Play, and Fandango at home through subscription or rental. And I believe it was about $3.99 because I didn't write that down. Usually I do, and I didn't.
Well, we didn't rent it. We just saw it on Prime.
Okay, so yeah. So it's either subscription or it is a rental, though.
Sure.
It is not on Netflix.
Exactly, because we looked. It's not on there right now.
Yes.
Although the others are. The different branches of Knives Out. So thank you for joining us for Knives Out from 2019. This has been Cozy Quilt Cinema with Beth and Michelle. We loved having you in our blanket fort, which is something we need these days.
It's a little soggy from the tears, but it's there.
Sure. I've been sharing more than my emotional highs with my wife, but also emotional lows. And we shared them during this movie as well. We want to talk about those movies and the feelings that linger well after they're over. And that's what this podcast is about. We want to keep those feelings going. So follow us on Instagram and Blue Sky at Cozy Quilt Cinema. Or you can send your feedback and personal reflections to cozyquiltcinema@gmail.com. You can always find our episodes wherever you listen to podcasts. And please consider subscribing, following, leave a rating, because it helps us grow this community.
Yes, it does. So here are your clues for next week. And this was a hard one, guys, for me, and it might be a hard one for you, though the movie itself is not very deep. This is a movie about a competition. Many of the contestants in the competition appear in this film. It also has singing. One of the leads has their voice dubbed, even though they can actually sing, but it's not the actor that you think it is. And while most of the characters, and here's going to be the giveaway, guys, are Icelandic, they do not have proper Icelandic names. Does that make sense?
It makes complete sense to me only because
you know what the movie is.
I know what the movie is.
It's such a quotable movie too.
Really
oh my
is.
God!
Don't do it.
I'm trying
Don't
not to.
do it.
Okay, so
might as well just tell them the name of the movie if you do it.
So, my friends, until next time, don't make me get the belt, abuelo.
Oh, I like that. That's a good one. Before we go, we need to talk about community safety. With ICE agents currently conducting door-to-door raids under Operation Metro Surge, staying cozy means looking out for each other. Please remember, you do not have to open your door. Unless an agent can slide a judicial warrant signed by a judge, not just an administrative warrant from ICE, under your door, they have no legal right to enter your home. Do not sign anything, and do not speak without an attorney. We are standing with the Minnesota Attorney General and the mayors of Minneapolis and St. Paul in their lawsuit to halt this surge. But while the courts move, we must act. In our show notes, you'll find a link to the Georgia Detention Watch to demand answers for the death at the Robert A. Deyton facility this week. Emergency Know Your Rights cards you can print and tape to your door. The Minnesota Rapid Response Hotline to report masked agents in your neighborhood. The quilt that we build is only as strong as the neighbors we protect. Stay safe, stay loud, and we'll see you next week.